Have you ever heard the phrase, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail? Yeah? Well, in today's video, I'm going to go through how I'm planning my next conquest, the autumn marathon of Berlin Marathon coming up in September. And hopefully what I'll be going through in terms of the process that I'll follow and hints and tips, it will maybe help you guys prepare for your next conquest marathon, whether it be this autumn or whenever. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Are you taking part in an autumn winter marathon this year? Let me know in the comments. Without further ado, you see pizza back there? I did. Let's go. A warm welcome back to my channel. My name is Donato, and for those of you who are new here, a bit of background, and I'd really love your support by smashing that subscribe button and hit that alarm bell so you don't miss any wonderful epicness from here, because right now I am current England Masters qualifier at all three distances, 10k, half marathon and marathon, and I've literally just come off the back of an epic marathon season where I ran my lifetime best of 3 hours and 2 minutes at age 61. I'm now 62 and looking to beat that at Berlin Marathon. So let's go through in this video how I plan on doing that, and maybe you can help plan as well to a nice successful marathon coming up. As I said earlier, if you fail to plan, then you are basically planning to fail, and we don't want to fail, do we? We want to stack all our cards as best we can in our favor and work with what we have, and that is what I plan on doing for the next whilst my marathon training doesn't start until July. 12-week plan, and I'm following the same plan as I did with the previous block, because if it works, why change it? That's just my view. So I'm sticking with the Pfizer plan, 12 weeks, low mileage. But before I start that plan, I'm already building the foundations to get me ready for that. So whilst my Garmin tells me I'm detraining, which technically it's true, my anaerobic is detraining because I'm not doing any speed work or anything. I am taking it easy, recovering, because our bodies in particular, as we get older, I really have given it a good go in the past 6 months. I may even do a review of the past 6 months so far, because it's been quite incredible journey so far. So for me right now, it's jiggy jogs, and only 2 or 3 a week, slowly building the mileage back up. So by the time I get to the beginning of July, when I start my training, I'm already doing, this is for me now, around 13 miles, 10 to 13 miles long run, but slowly and keeping it consistent. So even in recovery, I keep the training consistent. Consistency is key to all successful endurance training. You may see all sorts of videos promoting all sorts of potions, hacks, you name it, creams, whatever it may be, that allegedly help you go faster. But really, the only thing that helps you in terms of endurance is consistent training, consistent turning up day in, day out. Now, I don't mean day in, day out running every day, absolutely not, because when I go through what my training plan is, you will know I don't run every day. What I'm talking about is every day doing what's needed, and some days we need to do nothing. That's right, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing is the key. What do I mean by that? Recovery. Whatever training we do, if we don't allow for recovery on that, then we've wasted our time doing the training. Absolutely wasted it. So for me, and you would have been seen to have qualified for those 3 distances, all within a 5-week span, which included 2 marathons and a 10k pacing, 10k racing and a half marathon winning. Yes, it was all about the recovery. I'd done all the training and I need to ensure that I was recovered enough to do those races, because when we get to marathon race day, I want to be fit, ready and able, and also to ensure no flies get into my eyes. Oh, yes. Yes, which can happen at times, but we need to just get it out and continue. That fly coming into my eye is a perfect example of however we plan and whatever we may do, things can happen, stumbling blocks may come along, and how do we work around that? How do we plan? And that's what I've been doing for, well, years, but it's really coming to fruition now over the past 12-18 months, where you would have seen me consistently get better, faster, running lifetime bests at all distances in the past 6-7 months now, all distances from 5k through to marathon. And that's not by chance, it's by me meticulously planning and ensuring that no stones are uncovered. And with my background, having been a consultant for many decades, one of the things that I do is project management. No, not like on The Apprentice, which often is a complete shambles. I'm talking proper project management. I actually teach it as well. I train people on how to be successful project managers. So I've implemented that into my thought process and brain. And I can't do it in this one single video. You would need a whole university degree to do that. But simple principles of the plan is in sand, the goal is in concrete. What I mean by that is the plan needs to be flexible all the time. Just like what happened just now with the fly in my eye. We stop, take the fly out, and then move on. Make sense? As I mentioned earlier, I'm following the 10-week marathon training plan from the book, from the Pfizer book. I've got a link in the description where you can find it. Purchase it yourself as well. Works for me, and I know it works for a lot of you guys who follow my channel, who've left comments as well. And for me, the key, as I say, is recovery. Not my training plan. There are days where I have 3 days of no running, so only 4 days running. I don't do any double runs, 100% don't do any double runs. Leaves me exhausted, so don't work for me. I don't do those. I also don't do hills. Yeah, again, leaves me exhausted, don't need to do them. But what I do is consistent training on aerobic long runs, and then a session or mini session a week. But it depends how I feel, because some weeks I may feel tired, exhausted, and I won't do it. But I don't beat myself up if I've not been able to do it, because as you would have seen, literally days before my half marathon that I won in Manchester, I was supposed to do a progressive run, as in progressively quicker, but it was progressively slower. So, complete fail, but I succeeded in the race, which comes back to being adaptable and flexible. And then the key training run, as with always for endurance, is the long run, of which some I will do at marathon pace, but that's effort. So all my things, all the training is based on my heart rate and effort. In particular now, we're into summer with the hot weather, the heart rate would elevate, so we don't want to push our bodies too hard just to achieve certain paces. And also, if you're training on undulating routes, then the pace is nonsense really. You should never really train to pace if you're training on undulating courses. When it's flat like this, yeah, you could if you want to, but as I said, taking into account the warmer weather and doing the best that we can with what we have. For me, when it comes to planning training, I want to do it on beautiful courses like this. I mean, here I am running along the River Severn. We've got the weir here. It's so beautiful and fresh. Early morning runs for me during the summer, coolest time of the day. and also the air is the cleanest because it's had all night with no pollution, no cars and all that kind of stuff. So, but depending on where you live, you might have clean air all the time anyway, so that isn't a consideration for you. But for me, and this is all the type of planning that I do, looking at, it's the little details, because for me it's the little things that make a big difference. And I like to focus on, you may have heard the phrase 80-20. Yeah, I like to focus on the 80%, get myself up there. And I believe though it's about sort of 95-5, where a lot of social media focuses on how to improve that last 5%, ignoring the 95%. I like to focus on the 95%, and I'm sure you do too, and that's why you follow here and you always give the thumbs up, subscribe and hit that alarm bell, don't you? And I'm looking forward to sharing the journey towards Berlin Marathon, and also hearing from you guys how you're getting on with your training. So remember guys, if you found this useful, be sure to smash the thumbs up, subscribe and hit that alarm bell. And I'd really appreciate it if you would share this video with all your friends and family, if they're looking to take up marathon running, training, running. Because as I said at the very beginning, if we fail to plan, then we plan to fail. And remember guys, wherever you are, whatever you do, be sure to train, race, pizza, yes, and enjoy the training. That's what it's all about, yeah? It's a journey, literally, it's a journey. So that is almost in a nutshell what I basically do, the process to get ready for next marathon. And I wish you all the very best of success in what you aim to do. And hopefully I'll see you at the winning line in our autumn marathons. Remember guys, easy, 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 jiggy jog, jiggy jog, jiggy jog all the way. That's the way. Slow running wins the day every time.